It is NFL Week 2, and it's time for our tips, tricks, and picks for Sunday. All right, our first matchup is going to be actually the San Francisco 49ers against those New York Football Jets. Now, both these teams are coming off disappointing losses in Week 1. However, let's actually dive a little into the San Francisco 49ers game last week. They had a blocked punt. They missed multiple field goals. These guys were just not ready to come out and play. That's why they lost to the Cardinals. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about the Cardinals. I think Kyler Murray is a great or a phenomenal quarterback. Much better than Joe Burrow. Sorry, Bengals fans. But I'm going to tell you this right now. San Francisco should have won that game easily if it wasn't for those miscues. And the Jets came out and just got destroyed by the Bills. They made it somewhat close, not really. We actually had the Jets plus 6.5 last week, and they kind of just fell flat on their faces. So we like the 49ers minus 7 this week. I think the 49ers and Jim G play really well. I think they win actually by like 21 plus. I think this is going to be a blowout. So look for the 49ers minus 7. Pick number 2. Kind of another trend. We're going with 2 teams that lost last week. So we're like, which one's the better one? Well, it's going to be between the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the Minnesota Vikings lost to Green Bay. They got destroyed. Aaron Rodgers looked like an MVP. He had all his receivers on cue, and they looked great. Phillip Rivers, debut, Indianapolis Colts. He was maybe a little nervous, but let's be honest. He's also like 38, 37, or he feels 55. Who knows how old he is, but he's over the hill in NFL years. So in this matchup, we like the Vikings plus 3. They have too much firepower. They have Dalvin Cook, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen. Their core players are just going to destroy the Indianapolis Colts defense. So look for the Vikings plus 3. Third play today is going to be the Eagles money line. The Philadelphia Eagles got up to a 17-0 lead against the Washington Redskins last week, and then Washington shocked the world by coming back and winning that game. I think Ron Rivera actually had to have an injection at halftime for his cancer or something like that, and that maybe boosted their whole team's energy. I'm going to tell you right now, the Rams got lucky against the Cowboys. You are not going to see the same team out this time around. The Eagles have so much firepower. Wentz is the better quarterback here, and Sanders is probably going to be back in the backfield. You won't have Boston Scott, which played last week and only, I think, got like 40 yards rushing. So we're going to take the Eagles on the money line, just straight up to win. Should be a close game, but we like the Eagles coming through at the end. Let's move on to pick number 4. And this game is going to be between the New York Football Giants and the Chicago Bears. The New York Giants played the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. It was a close game up until halftime, and then the Steelers' defense just took control. Saquon Barkley, I think, had less than 50 yards rushing, which is unreal. That guy when he was with Penn State, got 100 yards easily in the first quarter. So we look for Saquon Barkley to bounce back this week. We also look for Daniel Jones to hook up again with Slayton and Shepard and all of his main targets there at wide receiver. On the flip side, MVP Mitch came through last week beating the Lions. Now, I know what a lot of you are saying. The Lions lost that game. 100% correct. But MVP Mitch on the final drive actually looked pretty good. So I like there to be points in this game. I think MVP Mitch has an offense, and Allen Robinson's up for a contract this week, and I think he's going to take advantage of that. I look for Allen Robinson to have at least 100, and a TD, and I look on the flip side for Saquon Barkley to have over 100 rushing with a TD. So I like points in the matchup. And points with a low total means That's right. We're going over the over. So, New York Football Giants, Chicago Bears, over 42. That's literally a 24-21 game. It's going to happen. Book it. That is going to be our play of the week, 5 units. All right, lastly, Sunday Night Football. What a great matchup. We have the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. The last time Cam Newton was in CenturyLink, this guy and his wife was at the game. We went to the Carolina Panthers Seattle Seahawks game way back in, I don't know what year. My wife's going to get mad about it, but I don't know. And it was the Carolina Panthers versus Seattle Seahawks. And I'm going to tell you right now, it was a shootout. It was a great game. The Panthers actually won. Little difference here. New England, who has Cam Newton, doesn't have Greg Olsen. Guess who has Greg Olsen this year? That's right, the Seattle Seahawks. So, the same players are going to be in this game. They're just on different uniforms. I'm going to tell you what our pick is, and that is over 44.5. But let me tell you the reason why. Yes, Cam Newton, he can string plays along. He's got a great offense there. Wilson, great quarterback. He's got playmakers around him. But if anything in CenturyLink Field means anything of why a game might go to the over and why defense might not be as efficient as it has been in the past, it's noise. The last time I was there, also the first time I was there, and the only time I was there, it was the loudest place I've ever been to in my entire life. And I'm going to tell you right now, when there's no fans or minimal fans in that stadium, Cam Newton is going to be able to hear and talk to anybody he wants to on these sides. So the wide receivers, Edelman, and the running back, White, they'll be able to hear him. He won't have to hand check. It's going to be very easy for both teams to move up and down the field. So I like New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks, over 44.5. Book it 3 units. All right, that's it for NFL Week 2. Just to recap, we have the 49ers -7. We have the Minnesota Vikings +3. We have the Eagles to win outright. The Giants and the Bears over 42. And lastly, on Sunday night, we have the Patriots and the Seahawks over 44.5. Guys, it is going to be a fantastic day of football. Tune in, Red Zone, whoever, watch your team, whatever you want to do. Enjoy NFL. It is back week 2. And like always, please just sit back, relax, enjoy. Let us do the work while you do the winning.